Hey y'all, my name is Kristen. I'm an independent consultant with Usborne Books and More. I'm also an Army wife. My husband's been in for about 15 years now. We've been married for 10 of those years. Since his time in the Army, we've PCS'd a few times, we've had a few deployments, and we've added 4 children. So it's been a lot over the course of 10 years. It's been a crazy experience. It's been rewarding at times, but it has certainly been very difficult. I'm so glad that I found Usborne Books and More when I did. Thank you, Army. Actually, probably never would have found it otherwise. But these books have been so great for our family in so many different ways, from learning more about bonding over books, but also having many different ways to occupy our emotional minds and things like that when Dad is away. So I'm going to share with you some of my favorites. I'll also share with you some of my tips for a deployment. First, I want to show you 100 Paper Planes to Fold and Fly. We have quite a few of these Paper Planes books now. These I love because they have instructions for 4 different types of airplanes inside, and then there's 100 sheets of paper. These you can send back and forth through the mail. You can fold these up, stick them in an envelope, and then maybe Dad can fold it and send a quick video back flying it through his hangar or wherever he works. Or when you pack a care package, maybe you can have your kids fold some of the planes and send them along. You can also try folding a plane a day to help count down the days remaining of deployment. The stained glass coloring book is another one of my favorites because I love beautiful things. And some of my pages are missing because they're hanging in my house already. But in the stained glass coloring book, they show on one side what you can color your picture to look like. And then you have a sheet of, it's like a vellum type of paper that you can color. And then when you hang these in the window, the light shines through and they're really pretty. When my husband's deployed, I like to buy myself flowers. I like to set up pretty things in our house just to keep the mood happy, uplifting, positive, and I find that pretty things help us to do that. This is also an activity that can keep the kids busy when you take a shower or cook some dinner. And it's another idea of something that the kids can color and send over to him, especially with the different seasonal pictures. Maybe if it's summertime, they'll send him a summertime picture and show what it looks like back home. Or maybe they can make up and write a little story to go along with their picture. Now, speaking of needing to take showers, my shower saver is a magic painting book. We have a ton of magic painting books, from fairies to under the sea to jungle to animals, and all you need for the magic painting books to work is water. Okay, so just dip the brush in a little bit of water. Now, as I said, this is my shower saver book because my kids can do this unattended. They do not need any help to use the magic painting book. There's a very low risk of mess because even if they spill their water, they're not spilling paint. So they're not gonna make a huge mess aside from the water. And truly, they only need very little water. If you don't like using the paintbrushes, you can even use Q-tips. They don't hold as much water. So for a younger child, sometimes it's a little bit easier to use the Q-tips. And then you can be carefree while you take a quick 5-minute shower when you're virtually never alone during deployment. We have so many different activity books. I love the nature activity book because it reminds us to get outside. Fresh air is so helpful for our mindset when we are stuck inside a lot and we're stuck all together. I homeschool my 5 kids, so we are together literally all the time. And I love them. I would do anything for them. But having many people in a small space 24/7 with never a break from each other can be kind of difficult. And one thing that helps our relationship to stay strong is taking the time to get outside, to go for nature walks, to go hiking, to go to the beach or the swimming pool. Most posts have a swimming pool, and it's usually pretty cheap to get a summer pass to go as often as you like. If your deployment is through the summertime, if it's through the wintertime, maybe you have an indoor swimming pool. But I do like the nature activity book because it gives us things to look for when we go out and about. We have quite a few wipe clean books for any area that you're looking to work on. They're also good for fine motor skills. We have things like dot to dots and mazes, and this can help a child as young as 3 learn to hold their pen and use it correctly. Honestly, see, ours are very well loved. Honestly, I just let my kids have at it, you know, when they're little. Maybe I'm working with the older kids, and the little ones like to be included and feel like they're learning and doing school as well. So they can scribble this all they want to, and then we can just wipe it away when they're done. Or sometimes I forget to wipe it away, and that's okay too. So definitely check out our wipe clean books for good fun activity for your little ones. We do have some for older kids too, learning to write, learning to spell. We have cursive. Sticker books are another lifesaver. These get us through a lot of hard things. So I love the size of our little sticker books. These are very portable. The funny faces one is especially cute. They get to pick the eyes and the teeth and the mouth and the hair and all of that and make some funny faces. They can make them look however they want to. This one is well loved, but these get us through doctor's appointments. I just make sure I always have some in the car. My kids can sit quietly in church and use their sticker books. They're also good to have in my bag in case we go to a restaurant that doesn't have a kids menu or has a really boring kids menu, or sometimes half the time they have a kids menu but they don't have crayons for the kids. So I just pull out a handy dandy activity pad, either one of those activity books or pads, or a sticker book, and that saves us a lot of tantrums from happening. Most of the sticker books do have reusable stickers, so they can kind of just do whatever they want with it, in addition to making those fun designs. And then we have some for all ages, older kids too, like the Build Your Own sticker books. Space Warriors is one of our newest ones, but they have really cool designs. My son is 12 and he still loves these. And then with the stickers, they're just putting the stickers over these dark spots to complete the picture. They're fun. They've got a little info about whatever the scene is. These are the Space Warriors, so it's telling about them and their statistics, kind of like skill level and like Pokemon card game type statistics, skill, bravery, intelligence, attack power, and it tells their home planet. So those are a lot of fun. We have a child with really, really severe, crazy food allergies. She's very sensitive, even just by touch, touching a surface that's been contaminated. So we've chosen to not really ever use childcare for her. So we're together all the time, and I want to make sure that our time is quality. We can't always go outside. The weather's not always nice. So our picture puzzle book is a book that I like to bond with my kids over. I usually will sit down with my youngest kids and we will start reading through the book, and before long my oldest kids are with us as well. But I love how they have us kind of think outside the box in these books. Which house was made just for me? Can you see a butterfly and a bee? Which dog here is only a toy? Find 3 birds exactly like me. Can you spot a dragonfly? Find 4 silver cups. Spot someone in a crown of feathers. How many animals have a bow on their heads? So we're thinking a little critically, we're counting, we're discerning differences, we're looking for similarities. I just love how many different areas of the brain we're using when we do these books together. And of course, look at how fun it is. It's so busy and bright. My kids just love to sit together and do these. I am no artist, I admit it. The step-by-step drawing book helps me to be able to draw with my kids. So generally we don't write in them, but my little kids are not quite as obedient as my big kids were when they were that age. So we do have some drawings on some of our pages, and that's fine. But we like to turn on an audiobook and draw together or color together. And for me, it's just nice to have another voice kind of in control, somebody else talking for my kids to listen to, so they're not just hearing me all the time. We do lots of out of the house activities and we take classes out of the house and things like that, but we're still at home a lot. And so I like audiobooks during that time. And then we can just have quality time. by doing an activity book together, or drawing or coloring together, or even doing a puzzle. That's one way that we can bond and not get tired of each other too fast. I've shown you lots of activities, but in addition to activities, we like to have some stories to read together. And so I have some of my favorites to show you for some good, happy quality time. We like My Daddy is a Hero. Especially when Daddy's deployed, it's nice to sit and read together about what he's doing and just be reminded that his job is so important, and that he's working hard not only for our family, but for our whole country. And we get a chance to talk about how proud we are of him, and of course we look forward to his return. We do have My Mommy is a Hero as well. I like to focus on books that celebrate America. So we have I Love You Americanly. And this is poetic. It's really cute. And being stationed all over the country, we get to read about many of the places that we've seen, which makes it fun. I love you capitally like Washington, D.C. I love you tremendously like a redwood tree. I love you continuously like Seattle's rain. I love you abundantly like the fruited plain. So in this book, we just go through all the different places in America. And then at the end, I love you necessarily like sweet liberty. I love you vastly like our growing country. I love you shiningly, freely, Americanly. I love you so from sea to sea. So in going through the different places that we love so much, it's another opportunity to just be grateful for Dad and his job and what he's doing. And of course, all the soldiers like him. Wonders of the USA is another book that does that for us. And this is a Shine-a-Light book. I'm facing the wrong way for this to work well, but when you shine a light behind the page, it's not gonna work for you guys because I need a flashlight, but you shine a light from behind the page and images appear. You would see the inside of the White House come through. If you saw my pre-party video, I did show a video that shows how these Shine-a-Light books work. So definitely check that out. This is really interactive since every page is asking a question, and then we get to read the facts behind the page about what we just looked at. So Wonders of the USA is a favorite. Across the USA activity book, same thing. I like to explore the United States, the different places that we've been, talk about the different places that we might go, talk about what makes America unique and why we want to keep our freedom protected. And again, why Dad's job is so important. So that's just a fun way for us to spend time together. B is for bedtime. I love to read this at bedtime to my kids. There is a page with a dad. A is awake, how I feel after dinner. B for the book with my dad, it's a winner. C for the clock that tick-tocks on the wall. D is my dog who's not sleepy at all. And it's so sweet, and it's short, and it's rhythmic, and it just reminds us of all these sweet, small little things in life that we love so much. We can get so focused on the big picture, especially when Dad is away and how much we miss him, that we kind of take for granted all these little teeny tiny pieces of our day. So this is one of my favorite books to read before bed. And one more, Cuddle Bear. We all feel so sad when Dad's gone. There's definitely a piece missing. There's kind of like a hole in our lives, but Cuddle Bear helps us to feel a little bit better. If you feel a little sad or lonely, lost, and blue, don't worry, call for Cuddle Bear. He's always there for you. Do you need cuddles, cheer hugs, or snuggle times to share? Then Cuddle Bear is made for you, a hug you happy bear. This panda needs a cuddle now. She's tripped and had a fright. So Cuddle Bear comes scooting up. A hug will put things right. So I think it just helps us process our emotions. It helps us remember to snuggle lots and lots. It kind of fills that void the more we hug and cuddle with our children. And just make sure we're holding each other tight, especially while we're all missing the same person. I hope you enjoyed the books and know how you could implement some of them in your own home. And I would love it if you could share in the comments maybe a tip from your own deployment experiences, and also which one of these books was your absolute favorite that you're going to have in your children's home.